Battlefield 2018 will allow the player to take control of, as of now, 7 base game factions. Spanning from the territories of Europe, encompassing the Western Front, where the British and American armies, along with the Free French resistance fighters, stride against the well-positioned forces of the Third Reich. Alongside that, the Italian Front, which pitches the Royal Italian Army against the previously mentioned forces of British and American armies. To the famed Eastern Front, delivering a display of open field to close-quarters city combat between the Third Reich and the USSR. All the way to the deep Atlantic, encompassing the Pacific Front, rendering American forces in opposition to the Imperial Japanese Army. The base game of Battlefield 2018, which is the product at launch without paid DLC, will come with 10 base game maps as usual, in which an additional map in the coming months after release, much in the vein of Battlefield 1, is highly likely. The game is following the steps of its usual Battlefield series reliance on a season pass in a form of a premium system. Since DLC is a matter usually decided on about a month before a product's release. No firm details on DLC of Battlefield 2018, their setting nor quantity have been made as of now. The likely number of DLC remains 4 to 5. Battlefield 2018 is essentially an evolutionary take on Battlefield 1, as it is made in the same base game engine, the one also used for Star Wars Battlefront, that makes significant improvement over its predecessor. Now, the biggest change to note is the almost total removal of the element of random bullet deviation in how weapons work. In Battlefield 1, each weapon's fired shot deviates slightly from the actual point of aiming, subsequently lowering a calculated shooter's ability to use skill to their advantage. Another reason as to why it was implemented in the first place was to allow for different variants of weapons to be noticeably different from each other, in which the optical variants have a significant accuracy improvement over the other variants. This, however, is no issue in Battlefield 2018, because variants are not making a comeback. And the reason being is the fact that attachments are coming back to Battlefield. Now, once again, weapons can be fitted with suppressors, sights, scopes, and more, rendering personal taste a reality, and allowing for a sense of intelligent choice that allow for strategic advantages in specific cases. Now onto the class system. Battlefield 2018 is returning to the previous class system distribution. That means that the game will feature 4 classes seen before in the Battlefield series. Starting off, the Assault class, having access to assault and automatic rifles such as the STG-44. The Assault class is returning to its role as the medic. Assaults can storm objectives and provide their comrades with consistent healing, in the vein of most Battlefield games prior. Next up is the Support class, having access to light machine guns such as the MG42 and the DP28. It remains, as in Battlefield 1, quite similar to its everlasting predecessors, allowing for continuous suppressive fire and the ability to resupply teammates with ammunition. Next up, the Recon. Having access to high-powered bolt-action rifles such as the Kar-98 and the Mosin Nagant, it trades its recent title of the Scout class back to Recon, allowing for long-range takedowns and reconnaissance by spotting enemy troops.
Sir Drexton, I've heard of a rumor, and the rumor is that the medic class is not coming back, but rather the engineer. And there, boyo, last but not least, the engineer, having access to a plentiful arsenal of submachine guns such as the MP40, as well as anti-tank ordnance in the form of many rocket launchers, and the legendary repair tool, the engineer class is making a comeback. Yes. Semi-automatic battle rifles such as the M1 Garand will be able to be used by all classes as all-kit weapons. Battlefield 2018 will see the return of elite classes in the vein of Battlefield 1, alongside large-scale behemoths. This comes as no surprise, and is often seen as negative or at least annoying by Battlefield veterans, due to common one-sided deaths, in which a static behemoth overpowers an exposed player with little to no effort. Now onto customization, and boy do we got something. For the first time in its history, the Battlefield franchise now introduces player model cosmetics. Now this means skins. Each of the models in a given faction can be swapped for a different variant that will alternate clothes, head, and footwear along with different camouflage patterns.
Due to the backlash that the after-launch monetization policy of Star Wars Battlefront 2 received, the vast majority of Battlefield 2018's microtransactions will include only cosmetics such as the mentioned player model and weapon skins, though experience hasteners such as kit weapon unlock shortcuts may make a return as well. Now onto the vehicles. Vehicle distribution and play are quite similar to the mainline Battlefield Series 1 such as Battlefield 4's. Unlike Battlefield 1, vehicle play here rewards fast maneuverment and allows for individuals to operate them without problem, and possibly nothing short of abuse them if their skill levels allow. The game sports a large amount of faction-specific vehicles, from heavy tanks to infantry transport jeeps. You can expect to see many famous vehicles and tanks such as the German Tiga and the Soviet T-34 on the battlefield. Alongside these famous tanks, bomber and fighter planes, tank destroyers and field APCs, as well as everything in between, is to be expected in Battlefield 2018, along with a higher degree of vehicular customization in the vein of general customization improvements. The incredibly popular Operations game mode is returning in full swing, and not only in Battlefield World War II, but in virtually every following Battlefield title as of now. And last, Battlefield's independent competitive mode, Incursions, is to be included from the game's launch. The removal of random bullet deviation is sure to add to a necessary skill cap to a mode based on the concept of fair competition in the first place. More information on Incursions and every other main aspect of Battlefield 2018 and the following, Battlefield Bad Company 3, will be covered in detail in separate videos in the following months. Battlefield 2018 is set for release this October, along with a likely reveal in May and an open beta in August. Also, gas masks. Yes. Now the next video in line is likely going to be one covering all the maps and operations in the game. Stay tuned and have a nice day.